Yeah, like 2 of the last 4 are about death. 3 of the last 4 are about death. And 1's about the general demise of humanity. So, we'll get through these first, eh? I'll do a couple. This is poetry and shit, get ready. Hickory dickory dock, the mouse ran up the clock. What a shithole. It's the first one. It's poetry. Woo! You're right to applause. What an important poem. The owl and the pussycat went to sea in a beautiful pea green boat. I say boat, it was a sack filled with bricks. Thank you very much, Bestival. Quickfire poetry. My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. And my grass-covered trapdoor escorts them to the dungeon. Thank you very much. That's also a true story, ladies and gentlemen. That was a true story. I live in Stamford Hope, Essex, and I've got a big dungeon. I'm going to get a seat for this next one because it's so fucking powerful that I might fall over. It's not really. Oh, I'm just getting all relaxed. I thought I'd do some costume changes because it's fucking Bestival. We've got an amphitheatre this year. One. So why wouldn't I? Thanks. Are many of you in your wildlife theme? Fancy dress? Was it all just yesterday, yeah? You didn't last the whole weekend? I've gone the whole weekend off a tip from John Osborne. I'm wearing my green t-shirt to get in the spirit. Can't adjust this mic. Sorry, I'll be with you in a minute. I'm in a bit of a strange mood. There we go. So this next one, it's going to be a story with some characters, and I'm going to put on different costumes for each character. And I've got to explain that when I started doing this and came up with the idea, I didn't have a big beard, so it was easier to jump on board with the idea of these characters changing. Essentially now it's a bearded man putting on hats. But if you can kind of suspend your belief a little and imagine it's different characters, that would be awesome. When I started, a quick story quick before, I'm rambling for about an hour before. When I started doing spoken word and performing, my uncle gave me a little bit of advice. He said, never work with children or animals. Because he's in show business. So, I say show business, he directs porn. I haven't got any poems about paedophilia and bestiality. Things in life aren't always quite what they seem. There's more than one given angle to any one given scene. So bear that in mind next time you try to intervene on any one given angle, on any one given scene. My name is Mark. I go to uni and college. I don't socialise that much, I just revise and build knowledge. At times I find that I become a virtual recluse. I let my belt of interaction hang decisively loose, but I came here to learn, and that's the life that I choose. So if people think I'm boring, they can bring their abuse. See, a lot of people think that I'm boring and say that maybe I'm a weirdo or maybe I'm gay. But that's cool, because when I get a good job and good pay, I'll get a house with just my brother and me someday. That's the reason I'm here, just to build for the future. And if it means better grades, I'd even sleep with my tutor. This is the point where I normally have to explain you don't have to applaud after each character. But thankfully you all got the memo on that. Didn't have to have that awkward moment, because it just drags it out a bit if we do the applause thing. No, seriously, don't. But I'm glad you're all seasoned poetry, fancy dress watchers. My name is Paul. I've been a guard for 6 months. The shop that I guard is better than most dumps, and I like it here, and my boss, he's a pro. He's taught me tricks of the trade other guards wouldn't know. He taught me in this game there's some rules you've got to bend, and not to forget these thieving pricks ain't your friends. And appearance is key because there's a message to send, but above all it's your fellow guard you defend. The other day my boss was stabbed by some low-life psycho. He's in hospital now, so every night that's where I go. He's on the brink. He's showing no fear though, because if he dies there, he'll be dying a hero. My name is Keith, and I ain't so much a racist, but if one reached out their hands, I'd decline their embraces. I work security in a shop in charge of 5 other guards. I've got all their respect because I run this shit hard. I nicked one kid today. He didn't show enough respect and attention, so I grabbed him by his neck. That's my own form of redemption. Do no real harm, just make sure that it hurts. It ain't going by the books, but believe me, it works. And then I sent him on his way. This little shit knows the score now. Instill a little bit of fear. He won't darken my door now. That's what I do, stop these kids in decline. Do what their parents wouldn't do, put down some boundaries and lines. My name is Billy. I've been beaten since I was 3. Mum died when I was born, so Dad takes it out of me. He ain't a bad man. He just gets drunk and feels alone. I tend to go for a walk and hope he's asleep when I get home. I like to talk about him though, because as I said, it ain't his fault. Only happens when he's drunk as a last resort. I wanted to get him a gift to kind of show my support, but I had no money and I stole, and then I guess I got caught. At times like that, I tend to switch off my mind. Stare blankly into space, let what happens unwind. I seemed to anger this guy, so he put his hands around my neck, said, "It's time for me to learn some manners and respect." It hurt, but I've had worse before. But it made me realise life was just a series of wars. I went straight home that day and locked the bathroom door. Took a blade to both wrists. Oh, they won't hurt me no more. My name is Mark, and today I was told my brother was dead. I returned from uni and burst into tears on his bed. Under his pillow I found his suicide note and I read what had happened that day and what had fucked up his head. The anger I felt out then, no words to digest. Filled up with so much rage there was no way to digest. So I grabbed a knife, went to town. It was time to regress back to an eye for an eye, last breath for last breath. I went straight to the counter, said I'd like to speak. To the guard that knew my brother on Tuesday of this week. As the girl went through the door and disappeared out of sight, I put my hand in my pocket and gripped the knife tight. This was it. As soon as she pointed me out to the guards, my hand began to shake and hold the knife so hard. As he approached me, there was nothing to say. I stabbed that fucker 8 times before they could take me away. Things in life aren't always quite what they seem. There's more than one given angle to any one given scene. So bear that in mind next time we try to intervene on any one given angle, on any one given scene. Cheers.